I am Eagle. Eagle Gardens. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking talking shit with Eagle. Holy cow. Alright, you got fucking people hanging out. Let's let these cool motherfuckers in here. Smiley's Gardens, Jack Greenstock, and of course the ever fun Ganja Grower. What's up, guys?
Oh no.
Not much, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, bro. My mic all right? No boxes checked. The public checking this now.
It's great. Loving the new mic. Loving the new mic. What's up, Jack? You brought the whole crew with you. Brought Jack and Ganja with you.
Seeing how much I gotta turn the light before I can actually see myself. I was over here meditating in the dark, and I heard the bell rang, and Eagle summoned the crew.
Fresh off meditation, you're all clear-minded. Jack's going to school us right now.
Oh man, I was just having a little bit of closed eye hallucinations, I guess you could call them. It's beautiful. It's like hearing music, seeing like trippy visuals. I just ate a big RSO dose earlier in the evening, followed by one of Lady Greenstock's famous brownies, special brownies. And I've been smoking on some strawberry banana, which for whatever reason, always seems to hit me really hard. It always has from everyone I've ever gotten it from. It's just, it smells really fruity and whatever, but it's super potent for me. I like it.
Nice.
But I'm feeling good. Good to see you all. I can barely see ganja. My brightness on my phone's turned down so low.
What up, Ganja Grower?
Hey, how are you guys? Fucking psych. We got Smiley and Jack coming to the after party. That was great. Aaron's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, Aaron's cool.
How about these last few nights just pushing Eagle more and more towards organic, the trash, pushing Eagle towards organic. And Eagle, if you watch, go to Build a Soil. He'll make a worm bin so easy. He just made like pit moss and some other shit in like a smart pot that he put a drip tray on the bottom and a drip tray on the top. And that's his worm bin. He gets a shit ton of castings out of it. It can really be just that simple. Doesn't have to
did you hear the announcements, Smiley?
No, I didn't catch the whole show. Yeah.
It was yesterday. It's fucking talking about the garbage man. I want to know who you know down in the township there that had to fucking start delivering these final fucking blows towards the organic side, but I don't know. It's getting
I did hear that, how your trash or something was with your trash, so you got to start composting or whatever.
Well, I'm gonna have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm over. I guarantee you, most weeks I'm over my limit that they're dishing down. So the only other thing I can think of is either bitch to the township. That's probably gonna do me next to no good, or learning some wiser ways, and that ultimately leads me down to composting and fucking earth wind, worm bin, maybe a couple bokashi runs. Who knows? Desperate times bring on desperate measures. Fucking when it comes to getting rid of trash and shit, you know what I mean? And if I could be doing something good and with it, then yeah, why not?
I think by this time next year, it's going to be Eagle with dreadlocks and a full fucking beard.
Oh man, can you imagine Eagle with dreads?
Eagle. It'd be dreadlocks. Oh, it's funny.
I don't think That's exactly what exactly what I'm afraid of right there. Is I've got that kind of personality. Is once I tend to open that road or open that door, I tend to fucking just run with it. I'm totally afraid of all that tie
Do you
dye,
have to bury bokashi
dreadlocks.
buckets? You're the only person I've heard talk about burying their bokashi. I feel like you can just sit it in your bucket. It doesn't have to be buried, does it?
No.
Well, from what I understood from the videos I watched, the buckets that I had seen was basically you let the system go for a few weeks and it broke down to a certain point, and then you kind of harvested the juices, and then what was left in the buckets that hadn't quite broke down to to eliminate like a bad situation of just burying that, digging a hole and burying that, and letting the earth kind of finish off the meats and stuff that wouldn't normally kind of keep breaking down in a good manner. And so that's they were saying, that in them type of instances, to let it break down for so long and then kind of let it bury that shit.
Black soldier fly will work for the meats a little bit, but yeah, the composting thing, like around here, we just do. So I do composting through a private company who will give you soil every year, a yard of soil for your composting, and then you pay for a subscription. So you pay $100 a year to be part of it. They give you some soil back, and then there's like there's a couple. It costs you about $200 a year to do it, but you can get some soil back up to a yard, but you can't trust it. So that's why like the worm bin, I think, is just for organic, where you could control every input that goes into it. Your compost pile is going to become an accumulator in itself, and that's why I love the fucking worm bin. If you start with a worm bin and then you work on to, you'll end up with black soldier flies. If after a year you'll have black soldier flies, guaranteed. You can separate those, and those can take care of your meats, and you can do your organic shit. Because let's face it, not everything you do is organic. I can't afford to buy all organic meats. I wish I could. And then the tuna and fish that I get is filled with mercury. I know that. That's why we only eat it a little bit. But but yeah, if you could just start with a worm bin and work your way up from that to like black soldier fly, and then maybe composting is an endeavor. I've been there, I've done it, I've tried to do it myself, and unless you buy like a $600 composter where you could fucking make it easy, that's more of a commitment than you switching over to organic.
And before you know it, you'll be composting whole deer that you chased down and wrestled.
You get your clone.
Trying to shove it in the bokashi bin.
Oh,
Get
how
in
Smiley
there.
does this, damn it.
That's fucking funny shit right there. But it might be hard work there, Ganja. But another aspect of it, it seems like it'd be a good deterrent for the neighbors as well, though.
Oh shit, that's fucking awesome, dude. That is like the perfect. I was just gonna say, and you smell it. So like I'm in a thickly settled district, like just a block from downtown. 30 restaurants are like a 4 minute walk. So yeah, my neighbors would kill me. I'm the dump in the neighborhood. But you got something that yeah, I would do everything I could to freaking stink those guys out.
Oh man, like I could get it at least a good 200 feet easy, or easy from the house. Good ways from the
And one of
house,
them would
right
just
over
you
there
want to
on the
rot.
private
You want to
line.
rot one so it stinks like nothing. So every time the wind blows that way, it just fucking stinks. I'll send you some
You
fucking fish.
or just pick up some manure from somewhere that they're getting rid of. Something like bunny manure from a rabbit meat farm, like Indra talks about. Or if you guys don't have those out there, there's horses, cattle, all sorts of shit that people are literally just trying to get rid of. And if you put a liner in a truck, fill up half your truck bed full, drop that off, and you can start yourself a little compost pile that literally smells like shit right next to their house
Dude,
because
I
you're
just
pulling all the way up to the
so
property line.
that's crazy you just said that, Jack. I just found actually tomorrow I'm getting a bucket, my first bucket full or whatever, but there's a person that just kind of putting it out in the small network of people, and somebody I know lives a block from my house, half mile from my house, does like show rabbits or something, but she's got fucking bunch of rabbits, and it's like, yeah, you bring a bucket over, you can have it all the time. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'm gonna start dropping off 5-gallon buckets.
Dude, that stuff's gold.
Mhm. So I got
Especially if they separate the bunnies from the shit so they don't eat. There's like a thing about that. Like the rabbits always eat their own shit. That's like a sign that it's healthy because they only process so much of it. But if you have them like up on a cage where their shit falls through and you get it where they don't eat it again, then she probably lets them eat it again because they're show rabbits or whatever. But either way, it's still really good. Indra talks about how some of his best plants ever were just like basically almost all rabbit shit as his soil mix, and the plants just grow insanely large and well and lush and green, and they're healthy as fuck. There's a lot of good microbes and bacteria, and just I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems to work really well.
I like it.
You
It's
know,
a cold compost.
so
too.
I'm kind of curious as Ganju was talking there about smells. Excuse me. I watched in one Bukashi video there. They were using it in different ways, and in one way they were using the bokashi, they were like inoculating grains, and they were using the grains in several different ways. They were adding it directly to a compost pile, and when they did that, well, in every instance that when they used the bokashi grains, it was seemingly for the same use, but it wasn't. When they put it in the compost, they used it to help speed up the breakdown, and then they used it. They actually fed the grain to the chickens and they said that it helped break it down quicker, and it helped with the smell, and it helped when they were shitting it out, the straw bed that they had, around the chicken yard there, the pen. uh, it would help break down that. So as you know, it was always constantly helping. As you know, they fed it to the chicken. It helped with the stink of the shit, and as they shit, it helps start breaking down the 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 straw and shit. And then as it was taken over to the compost pen, a little bit more to help it break down a little bit faster. But that's what I'm guessing is, can I just use it, skip the chickens and whatever? And if I start making my compost pen, can I just fucking start, putting some on there to help with the smell, tone it down?
Absolutely.
Yep.
If I want to be
People use it
nice
as
about
kitty
it, I
litter.
guess.
Yeah, just mix it up and spray it on with like a concrete sprayer or something like that. But yeah,
Brandon's bird.
that's like a compost starter basically is another term. And there's other forms of starters too for compost, but the bokashi bin I got is like that bucket with the lid and it's got a drain on it. So throughout, a month or 2 month period, we just throw coffee grounds, any, kitchen scraps that are usable. I don't use all of them, but like, yeah, I mean, just keep throwing that in, and every time you add stuff to it, you put another sprinkle of the bokashi in there. I don't know, man. After a couple months, that shit turns to like a brown, black kind of mush, nasty. You can't even almost. I mean, some of the stuff you can make out what it was. Some of the apples I threw in there weren't really totally gone, but a lot of the shit was totally fucking just brown mush. But I do say that it is key to have the drain on the bottom. If you don't have a way to drain the moisture off from it, then that's when it really fucking stinks and it turns to alcohol and it's like really nasty. But if you keep it well drained in the bokashi bucket, they don't stink. So, but I take that and I mix it with rock dust or an oyster shell, and then I throw it in my wind bin.
That's one of the things I'm kind of struggling there to figure on too, is as I make these things, how do I necessarily figure out the nutrient density of what I'm producing? You know what I mean? And the application rates, and how to fucking necessarily use it correctly.
I don't think there's there's not really a way. I mean, it's just kind of guessing, I guess. If you really wanted to keep track, but a lot of people don't keep track, man. I mean, a lot
Eagle,
of
if
is
Subcool could do it, you could fucking do it, man. He tweaked that recipe. Let me show you right here. I've got the final mix that he put out before he passed, but it's pretty simple. I mean, you could start with a base like this and just sprinkle bokashi on top of it. Super soil with bokashi, that shit is fire. It works amazingly. That's an easy way to start. But you could get Smiley's gonna hook you up with those earth boxes. Earth box plus bokashi is like organic sweat dream. You know,
well, we're
it just works.
getting the bokashi from Brandon Russ too. So
Hell yeah, man. He makes good product. I've seen out here when he used to make it, his production, and that was like a separate area from his grow facility, but both were very well kept. It's funny that his bird, man, Lucky, gets in the bokashi grains and starts playing around and shit. Not in like the ones that he's selling, just as like out of his personal batch that he's like giving to his plants and shit at his home grow. But cool ass bird, man. I guess it doesn't really like other people, but it liked me for whatever fucking reason. I just wasn't scared of it. If you're confident and didn't like approach it aggressively, like he brought it over to me, sat it on my arm, and I kicked it smoking a joint, one hand, chilling with Lucky on my arm on the other hand.
they're
For
big, man.
anyone,
Those birds are bigger than you think too, and they're
like
they are cool. They're cool as fuck. My girlfriend's mom has one that I forget what kind of. It's all white. It's not a parrot or it's a macaw.
cockatoo.
Cockatoo. Yeah, it's got the thing on its. It'll pop the thing up its head or whatever. Yeah. So, but that thing's Shug is her sugar is her name or whatever. But that bird's pretty cool. And
Smiley, I have one for you, and I'm sure you probably haven't heard of it. Maybe you have. It's pretty rare. It's in Subcool's final recipe, and it was one of the final things he ever added. 8 cups. I'm probably gonna mispronounce this. Monto, no, Mont Morilonite. It's MONTMORILLONITE.
that's a
Have you ever
clay.
heard of that?
It's a clay.
I think it is. I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's a pretty common one. I think that's what they. That's the one that Clackamas Coot always talks about, where
Oh, okay.
it's used to make the clay ovens or whatever is what he was describing. And I'm pretty sure they use it in makeup too for whatever reason. And I think it's the same shit that's the carrier in Great White.
Interesting. I will say that it's the one difference that I noticed in this recipe that I have on this little rolling tray, one of the last ones he sent out with like the 8 strains. I'm not doing a great job of showing it.
Yeah.
For anyone in the chat who doesn't have a reference, I feel like nobody really talks about the recipe anymore. So I just want to run down what he has on here. It's way more than I ever made. I always scaled it down much, much smaller. But I have buddies who've mixed up full garbage cans, and DOA still runs super soil. So he did 10 bags of 1.5 cubic foot high quality base soil. So whatever you have available for that. 50 pounds high quality worm casting, 2.5 pounds fish bone meal, 5 pounds high phosphorus bat guano, 5 pounds blood meal, 2.5 pounds bone meal, 3 cups, sorry, oyster shell, 3 cups kelp meal, 3 cups alfalfa meal, 3/4 cup Epsom salt, 1 cup dolomite lime, 2 cup azomite, 2 tablespoons humic acid, and 8 cups of the clay that we were talking about earlier that I spelled. But that's the, to my knowledge, the final super soil recipe that he put out. And he talked about like with the guy from Green Bicycles, they tried like the A, B, and the C. And even though everyone sort of hates on the blood meal and a few of the other ingredients in that particular mix, he did a vegan mix as well. But he personally and everybody else that they gave samples of like the A, B, and C buds all picked the A recipe, which is the one that I just read, because they said it just had the best flavor. So just wanted to share that out there. Rest in peace, Subcool. I know we're all big fans of his, and I think that's one of the things he brought to the game. Got a lot of people into organic growing. Super soil is pretty awesome. And if you have the ability to cook it up beforehand, I think it works really well. But in Eagle's situation, you've highlighted why it didn't work particularly well for you. But I think that we'll find a way to make organics work well for you. Smiley's going to make it happen. I believe in you.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for that. It'll be cool. If anything, man, it's just going to kind of show, just show it side by side, just to see. It's not a competition. It's not anything. It's just kind of cool to see.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't view it as a competition. I viewed it as like opening the door to a new friend or an old friend. Either way, it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
To me, I think the biggest hurdle is like the watering aspect of it. Just because in my opinion, it's a slower system as far as watering goes. You don't just have to water as much, and it's going to go against the constant water that I've kind of trained myself for with the cocoa. So it's going to, like any grower, it's going to have to get back, resist the urge, let it
You'd be
tell
like,
me what it
oh,
wants when
this is
it wants
nice.
to be watered.
You'd be like, this is nice not having to water every day.
I'm not having to mix nutrient. Just have to look down that hole. Is there water in the res? Oh, I'm good. Plants are growing. Everything looks good. Let it go. Let it do its thing.
Yeah, I do like that too. That's kind of, I think for even like a first time grower, man, I just think it's such an easy process to fucking do. And, then you can focus on environment, you can focus on all the other shit about growing that you don't know yet because you haven't done it. And just watch the plant go. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, get a nice soil. I heard somebody mention M3. I've never used M3, but I mean, even Great Lakes water only, or recently I've been using the Wormies GR, the Lux Blend soil, which is available online. Anybody can go check it out. But that's been working really great in there. But it's
There's
literally
Sohum. There's another
so,
one.
yeah, and
Stonington
more of it in
blend.
the country, right? Yeah, I'm listing Michigan ones. So.
Coast of Maine is Stonington blend has a water only. I personally use M3 and I'm in California. I fucking love that soil. And people were just DMing. I had one person, I should say, DMing me today, and they were complaining that apparently, and I've emailed them and I called the people over at M3. I haven't heard back from them yet. I'm going to call them tomorrow. People are claiming that they're not using Canadian sphagnum peat anymore. I have not confirmed that yet. And some people are saying that some of the more recent batches, since like COVID has interrupted the transportation of some stuff from Canada to the US and availability of things like that, that they're maybe sourcing a different sphagnum peat moss, and that it may be of a lower quality or not as good of quality for whatever reason. But I've been growing with M3 for the past year plus, over a year at least. I have like things that in my memories from my photos say like a year ago today, and I have like plants in flower like from like the second or third run that I was using M3 with. But that being said, I've never personally had issues with it. I think if you give it proper pot size and you keep your environment dialed in, like Smiley was just talking about, I try to keep my room constantly at that 82 and the RH, depending on what cycle I'm in that like 60% range, plus if it's in veg, a little bit higher. And if you get your environment dialed in with good soil, like I see a lot of people that they're like, oh, I have iron deficiency. They're growing an M3. One, maybe the pot's too small. Two, a lot of people overwater because that soil in particular has vermiculite and peat just in general, and kind of hold water for a decent amount of time. So I think people just want to water it, but you got to let it dry out a fair amount before you water it again, or don't water it till runoff every single time.
Well, iron availability usually depends on oxidation state in the soil. So, yeah, I mean, it can be overwatering or underwatering type of thing because that changes it from a reduced state to an oxidized state and back and forth.
Well, there's also something about LEDs. If you run the room too cold, A lot of people's plants start to like get yellow. That might be a mag or something else, but for whatever reason, as soon as you crank it up to the 80s or high 70s, get that leaf temp to like 82, the plants just turn green again. Like no difference in the soil, no difference in like the watering, just warmer room. Like when I've had really, really cold spells here in winters, I'll try and like lower my lights a little bit closer to the canopy sometimes just to get like a little bit more heat on the canopy, because I've realized if I just leave it where it's at, they'll start to yellow up, and it's has nothing to do with the soil. It's all environmental. If it drops like 75 leaf temp or lower, some stuff just for whatever reason doesn't want to become available. I can't remember the exact science behind it, but I've looked into it, and it is actually, there's something to it. So
yeah. Well, there's all these enzymes and chemical reactions basically happening. So, I mean, not to go scientifical, but it is. It's all temperature dependent. It's all environment. You know, like there's so many different things that take place, and biology plays such a role in that. That's what. I don't know, that's just the thing that kind of blows my mind. Like, it's easy to sit there and deep dive into all this crazy shit, draw out all these big Latin names of whatever, you know, but you don't need to know any of that. It just fucking works. Just as long as you can trust the system. The reason geeks like me and you and whoever else dive so deep into it is because we can't get our head around it, and we don't want to dare trust it yet. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, if something goes wrong, I want to know how to fix it and why it might be not working how it should be. Like I don't know. It's fun to experiment with that kind of stuff too. Like if you have a soil mix, it's sort of like baking. You have a exact recipe, like subcool super soil or the M3 mix. If you use that every single time, you can figure out like I go solo cup, 1 gallon, 3 gallon. I would recommend most people finish in a 5 gallon. I personally have small plants. I'm in a tiny little tent, and I like my plants to starve towards the end and get a really nice fall fade. So I could go with a 5 gallon, but I'd probably have to run one less plant and to manage the RH in the room. I just prefer to have 3 versus 2. So I go 3 gallons versus 2 5 gallons. But most people, 5 gallon pots of M3 will be fine to finish their plant, water only, start to finish. But a lot of people, like I said, mismanage their environment, mismanage their watering, and then they will want to blame the product. They want to say M3 sucks, it's shitty soil. I've only noticed it getting better. My most recent bags I've gotten since COVID have had inoculated with microbes or something. Like I see like white hyphae, like good shit, like mycorrhizal, I think, like grinded up roots and shit, like that turned into beneficial. So I've only had, it's gotten better in my experience. It hasn't gotten worse. But I think with anything, I've seen people complain that General Hydro is bad. Like GH3 part, people have been using that for like 30 years effectively. So when somebody comes in and they're like, GH sucks, cocoa sucks, it's like, maybe there's a user error, you know? But when it's a soil, people are just like quick to be like, oh, that soil's bad, I'm gonna move on to the next one. It's like, maybe they didn't take the time to dial it in, you know?
No,
and not every single cultivar works in that soil. I pop my seeds straight up in it. The reason I pop 20 to 25 seeds is I'm looking for the best ones that will work straight up in that soil right away. I'm not going to baby them. I'm not going to put them in like a potting soil. Like they're going in my M3 from solo cup to 1 gallon to 3 gallon. And some stuff doesn't like it as much. Some stuff thrives. Most stuff thrives, like 80, 90%. Maybe 10% has a hard time. But I don't know. I just think everyone has a different situation. So I can see why some people are upset when something doesn't work for them right off the bat.
As far as solo cups go, I'm gonna give a shout out to Easy Swaps. I'm not sponsored or affiliated, but I do really like their.
I just got my first one.
Dude, that little half.
I got one of the solo cup size.
Same exact size as the solo cup, yeah. And
so I got the solo. I got the solo cup size. I'm trying it. My next run, I'm gonna do that versus my current style. I have a reusable. I have 2 cups. I have a red cup and a clear cup, but they're both like earth cups. They were like, I went to a fancy grocery store here in California. They're compostable plastic. So whenever I'm done, they can be composted. But I've used them for multiple grow runs and the soil doesn't eat through it. So I'm not quite sure how that works. Maybe it's a temperature thing. You actually have to get it like a hot compost or something. But it made me feel less bad about using plastic solo cups. I really like how quickly they can transfer out, and I know that the Easy Swap Pot changes that. I have Easy Swap Pots are my 1 gallons. My plants are in them right now. I love it. I'm getting ready to transplant to my 3 gallons right now. I will say Easy Swap Pots 1 gallon is way bigger than a normal one. Way bigger than a normal 1 gallon.
But those half ones are, if you're gonna use a solo cup, those half ones are fucking. That's the way.
So they have the half is huge for me in my space. Like I pop like 20. They make those little tiny, like even smaller than the half. They make a solo cup size. Like I should go over and get it right now. I will. Okay, let's do this.
I don't know if you froze.
You guys can see that 101.
Yeah, it's a nice fabric too. It's
Sorry.
that square
Dude,
little 1 gallon. I want that little fucking square 1 gallon.
It works so much better than a solo cup, in my opinion. From my experience, it's like a huge night and day difference. It's unbelievable. So it's worth the $5 or whatever they charge for them, and you can reuse it. It is absolutely just as easy to transplant out of that as it is from
Easier even.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's definitely
still
easier.
grow through the bottom, so you are still kind of ripping some of them off. But the sides, when you unbutton it, yeah, you can get, when you unbutton it and fold it out, the whole fucking thing folds out. You can get your hands all the way around it if you want. You can do whatever you want. They're super simple, but
It's like getting the whole cupcake. You can get all the way to the bottom.
right. And I'm not saying it just because
Here's the 1 gallon.
it blew me away when I saw it grow in them little pots with the living soil. It was an absolute night and day difference. It was going, and that is a huge change when you go to transplant. And everybody talks about transplant shock or whatever, but it's like, man, if you can have a super healthy clone that's like raging and thriving when you go to transplant, that is weeks ahead of something that was struggling. And that's why you hear like a lot of the commercial guys talk about, well, we'll just throw them fuckers out, because it literally is worth their time to bring in healthy, raging, healthy clones. They'll be weeks ahead by cutting those other ones down just by switching to a healthy clone. And it's just a huge start to the whole process. You know what I mean? It's not worth the cheap solo cup as much. There's some things where you're bending over to pick up pennies and you're missing $100 bills flying by. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying. I just
You got to have a captain.
Make the order. There was one was locally available and one I had to order in the mail. And the other thing I will say, this kind of bummed me out. I wrote down the discount code for Easy Swap Pots, and when I went to use it, it wasn't active. And I tried the other one that was supposed to work, like a lesser discount, wasn't active. And then I ended up using Abolished. Shout out to Abolished Farms. I used this discount code and that actually worked. So
are you guys going to go half gallon, gallon, 3 gallon, or somewhere around there? Start with a half gallon.
This one right here is the one that I was showing, the mini one.
I can't see you. I don't know if they can.
No, it's
You can't see me?
No, it's like
yeah,
hey, there's a Jack Greenstock. No,
Can you see me now?
no.
You can't see me?
Now I see Jack Greenstock
background.
I just turned off my video.
Usually you emerge from the back of that.
I was fucking over here showing off my garden and shit, showing off all these pots. I'm talking to myself, I'm sure. Everybody's like, oh, I can't see your shit. I'll jump off and then jump back in.
Jack?
Sorry for the sales pitch. That was something exciting to me, and it's definitely something I've kind of learned too, like through trial and error. Is just like there's such a huge difference when them clones are actually like all the same size and they're all thriving and ready to rock. They're super green. You know what I mean? None of them are yellow. None of them got, purpling in the stem or any of that. And they're just, because I've transplanted them to where, you do enough clones and out of 16, you might have 2 that weren't quite or whatever. And it's like those ones are always lagging behind the full rest of the process, the full rest of the run. Those are always lagging. They never catch up. They don't.
You got to kill them.
Yeah, they just
or take more. Yeah. Can you see me or hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, see you.
It's both. Both.
Oh, okay, cool. My shit's working. You guys see my garden at all or any of the easy swap pots? I was like walking around showing off all this shit. My camera was off apparently. None of that came on earlier. Smiley said, I can't see you. And I was like, really? And I just kept on showing it like, it must be working. Nah, it wasn't. Fun times. So, Smiley, you start in the half gallons?
That's the number 1 right there. But
okay.
I only got the half ones when they with the grow off, but they're too small.
The half is the equivalent to the 1 gal nursery.
Not quite. It's more. I think it's a touch bigger than a solo cup size.
I use that.
They're 1 gallon
and a half gallon, so it's got to be 64 ounces. But I think they're pretty tall, and they're fucking sturdy as fuck. And the fact that they're square just makes them root really nicely when you drop them into another pot. I like the square pot into the round pot. If Easy Swap Pod sent me some fucking square big pots, I'd use them. But I just use the round big pots. But
I don't think they're giving them out for free to anybody at this point because so many growers already have them.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just heavy material. It's fucking well made, not shit.
These are the ones.
That's the half. That's the 1. But it's, I don't know. Man, it's probably
one of these out the other day. Oh, there it is.
Probably a 4-inch diameter, I would guess.
This is the solo cup size right here. The smallest one, this like seedling bag or whatever they.
Oh, they must have made a new one. This was the smallest when I've seen it or whatever.
I was waiting for this one to come out. Actually, is what made me wait to when now I remember what it was. I have the 1 gallons here, is what my plants are vegging in right now, which I can show you guys in a second. But here's the solo cup size.
Now, can you run that in the contest with Dr. MJ?
I'll show you the plants I'm running for Dr. MJ.
Because you would crush a solo cup in those.
So these already started before. These are all an easy swap pot, 1 gallon. 1 second. I'm gonna Velcro up and then flip my camera around. Turn my brightness up so I see shit. Flip. Let me get my glasses so it doesn't come through all again. Yeah, these are easy swap 1 gallon.
Those were transplanted just yesterday, actually. This thing was
nice. They look good.
Hey, Smiley, you always use
these are about to get
a little bio
freeze.
or fulvic acid, right, when you're dropping seeds?
What's that, Ganja?
Bio or fulvic acid, you guys use that when you drop seeds, right?
I don't. Not with seed. I mean, I use full power with fulvic acid, but I don't with seeds. No. I just do straight. I've used to do straight water soak and then into the paper towel. But lately, I've just been taking a root riot cube, and I get it wet, and then you just kind of squeeze it enough to kind of get it to where it's not really saturated, drippy wet. And I stuff the seed in there, and I throw it in the dome, and they fucking. That way has been nearly 100%, but it's the easiest, and it's at best it's as successful as the soaking. Paper towel, and it's just
can you guys see this?
For all that. Now, Jack, you black screen again. What's up, Tal? How you doing?
I was gonna pop some seeds just to start in this new system, but I usually use like a little bit of the root tip, and then the Trinity, like Roots Organics, a little bit of seaweed and a little bit of SLF, a little bit of that shit for life. But then somebody was saying to drop a little Zeus in, a little bit of humic or bioag, basically. That was also a good way to get the seed to go.
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that same discussion. I'm not saying it's not. The fulvic acid has a ton of uses. I know that, and I don't know.
Probably can't hurt.
It says the fulvic acid is good for seed germination, supposedly.
It
I
can.
have.
Sorry.
What about the Dino Moco? Hey, what's going
No,
on? Fucking, we got the American one.
I have some
Welcome,
articles
man.
saved. What's up? How's everybody doing?
You got an article saved? No fucking way. You found an article?
Get
out of here.
Smiley. It's always good to see Smiley smiling, isn't it?
Good to see you.
Actually, it's a picture that I saved. It's not even in like an article. I took a picture of it.
You use that then, Top, for seed cracking?
I've had it before. I don't have any right now. Yeah, I pretty much stopped. Well, I tried to stop bottle shit, but I've been the microbes and the microbes and stuff. I'm starting to look into that more now.
Nice.
What's up,
Yeah,
Tal?
Because they're in bottles. What's up, Jack? Yeah, they're in bottles with powder form, and I don't even think they make the one that I liked in powder form anymore. But that shit lasts longer, I believe. Like shelf life wise. But yeah. I'm trying to find the thing on the fulvic. That's what I was doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as fulvic goes, I do know that that can become poisonous. So just like, I mean, water can be a fucking poison, right? Where it's you can kill a plant with it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Not technically a poison, but fulvic acid, humic acid, all those in excess can become toxic to the plant. Is what I was saying.
I believe that.
Yeah, that looks nice.
This is going to be one of my plant training grow challenge plants for the Dr. MJ grow along. Shit, I just unplugged my light. Can y'all see that? Untopped. That's in a 1 gallon easy swap.
Nice.
Go. We're gonna have some better light actually.
Is that a seed deck or clone?
Yeah, this is Berry Lights. Berry Lights from Kineos Genetics.
It's really vigorous, like it's.
Yeah, but that's a single top cola. That's the one that I'm bending over right here. You can see, just kidding. I'm gonna prune a ton of these and take clones, but I'm gonna leave like the 8 thickest branches. But I kept on getting cut off earlier when I went over to the tent because it's got mylar, and I'd like lean down and it would cut off my connection, I think.
Are you going over to the tent again or not?
No, I'm gonna go over there, but leave my phone over here.
Oh, right. I had your video pinned, so because I'm co-host, I can do that shit.
Smiley, you fucking crack me up.
Oh, that's funny.
I guess I could show off another Berry Lights. My cat will start chomping at it. I had to put it on the ground for your viewing pleasures. Just only low stress training, not even tying it down, just bending it over.
Yeah. So what is the challenge of that, Jack? Just to see how perfect you can get it or something? Or like what?
Well, it's just highlighting different growing training styles. So like I'm going to be in the low stress training category. There's people that are growing in solo cups. There's people that are doing topping. There are people that are doing main lines. So everybody's got their own different, there's like 100, 200 people in this. And I'm just one of
Smiley, you
the
didn't see
low stress
fucking
training.
Karate Kid? Come on, it's fucking Banzai.
Bonsai.
Banzai. All right. Well, I found the article thing.
That's
You guys want to
Banzai.
hear it?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right. All it says is, at first it seemed really shallow, but the uptake of fulvic and humic substances has a positive impact on seed germination. The application of fulvic acid improves seed germination rates. When fulvic acid enters the seed cells, there is an increase in cell division and respiration rates. The increase in respiration rate plays a crucial role in root meristem development and helps activate several growing points in the seedling. Fulvic acid has a significant impact on root initiation and improved root development. Fulvic acid acts as a root stimulator. Accordingly, there is further stimulation of root growth when fulvic acid is applied together with humic acid. And it's cited Smith 2017. The small molecules of fulvic acid play a significant role in root stimulation. Nevertheless, fulvic and humic acid provides plant cells with free radicals, which act as electron donors. Free radicals have positive impact on seed germination, root development, and the overall plant growth. So yeah, that's all it was. But
I like that. It went into electrons.
yeah, I knew you would catch that and like that, Smiley. I
No,
didn't
dude,
even read it.
All right, so I know this is rabbit hole, so this is just me fucking around or whatever. But so daughters are going through chemistry and they're asking about atomic weight, and they're like, and then it was kind of a trick question their teacher had, and it was different if it was different isotopes of the same molecule, and asked if the atomic weight changed. But I believe protons and neutrons make up the atomic weight, and then the electrons going around it wouldn't really change the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, they're gravityless.
that was. But that was the light bulb moment in my head. Was just like with EH versus pH in the soil, it is all about those electrons that are around all them big molecules. And the way that those electrons move and it transfers, those are the free radicals that just talked about. That's that electron movement. And when it oxidizes, it's actually taking away those electrons, and then they flow more in a more reduced state, or in a reduced environment. It's more energetic, I guess. Electric.
Is my camera working?
No.
If it is if you're in a black
Oh, damn it.
room.
Oh no, I'm gonna come right back.
But so sticking the ground wire in my containers is probably good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the American one, it's under the same idea as grounding for humans. So if you want to research something, research how good it is to walk barefoot in the soil.
I watched that one that Eagle sent me. I watched the whole thing. I was like, at first it was kind of lame, but then I got sucked right in. I watched the whole fucking thing. Thanks a lot, Eagle. Killing an hour.
If you start growing on the second floor or something higher up, so it's all about the paramagnetic soil. So the soil needs a positive. Certain soil a Callahan meter is what they call it. It's a meter that measures the magnetivity of your soil, paramagnetism. So yeah, like that's what it's all about, dude. So the grounding is, if you're in a basement, you're already well grounded. The higher up from the soil zone, the higher up. If you're in a second floor or above, you need a very high paramagnetic soil, not even a grounding wire, but you just need to build your soil differently than if you were in a basement.
Okay, see, I didn't
Totally
know that
different.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Coots preaches
Can you see me now,
the.
Tal?
Yep. Well, I see a cat eating
Oh,
a
okay.
leaf.
Good. At least my camera's working.
Yeah.
He's chowing down.
Okay, John, I might pick you out on that one. Why would you have to build it different?
Well, because it's further from the ground. But Coots preaches the pragmatic inputs anyway. Paramagnetic, maybe? Yeah, all of those.
Yeah, paramagnetism is different, but that is all about the electron.
But your Callahan meter will read differently in a basement from a second floor. If you take the same soil and you put it in the fucking basement, you take the same soil and run it upstairs. From the time that you run the first run till the end of the run, it drops off precipitously and starts lower just because of the energy of the basement itself, regardless of grounding it. I swear to God, it
I believe you.
I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to understand, I guess.
Let's argue.
Yeah, all those OCG fam guys are all fucking. They all own a Callahan meter, so because they're all old Frank disciples from way back, Roots Organics, way back in the day, fucking 40 years ago. So those are the first guys that were into the guano shit, and they were all into that stuff. So that's they're all into measuring. And first thing that Scott said when I told him I was having some pH issues, he's like, "What floor are you on?"
Oh shit, that's interesting. I mean, I've just some rough understanding of the Callahan meter, but it basically does pick up like energy waves, right? And I don't know how else to describe that. But
If we're gonna go down the crystal route, this is way more scientific. Dr. Callahan was a fucking plant scientist. I believe in the crystals too. I put them in the bottom of my pots, but I think magnets. I'm totally with you. Grounding a pot or any sort of energy you can put in a pot is a good thing, right?
well, it's balance, I think, and it gives the plant ability to balance it out. So, like every time there's nutrients uptaken in the roots, it's an exchange of an electron. You know, like we always hear, well, it exchanges two hydrogens for calcium to uptake that, or calcium plus two, hydrogen's negative one. So it's do you understand what I'm saying? It's exchanging that electron that's happening, even though it's a nutrient that's changing. It's still movement of electron. And there has to be a good grounding and a good way to make that flow so it can't build up in a certain area. That's the description I have of it, I guess. Those look nice, Todd.
These are them Blueberry by Cheesequake testers. I know this is the first run I'm doing of them. This one right here is the most vigorous, thick one right now, I think.
Oh, yeah. And what soil
that one?
What soil
It's like a handful of my old shit, a handful of earthworm castings, and then some big roots, and a couple other maybe. I don't know if I added other shit. Some of them maybe got a little something like azomite, a handful.
So how many people heard the Big Roots little hook when he said Big Roots like they do in the show? I think it's from Mendo Dope. They're like Big Roots. That little hook he does every time they say it.
I never caught that yet.
Oh no, they like cut it in and they're like Big Roots every time. Holy shit! I had been.
Pineapples and redwood trees, mofo.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's raining big time here.
I've never used the Big Roots either, but I've seen enough people use it, and it's fucking badass.
Well, they didn't have Roots Organic at the place that I go to. There's basically two places. One, well, I guess you might say three, but one's not. One is a nursery, like for regular people. And then there's a place called LI Hydro that I frequent when I need shit. And they didn't have that. They didn't have a lot of shit for a couple days, couple visits.
In fact, just like now, This would be the third time you've made an awkward atmosphere for me while I'm trying to do my show. Now I don't even feel like doing this shit. So, you know, it's my show. I should be able to run it without having to explain myself DOA or apologize to myself or feel bad about how I run myself. Damn.
420. Cheers, yo.
Yeah. Happy 420.
Shit, it's already 4:25.
The way to be a bummer.
Right? Right? Damn. Oh.
I'm smoking some GG4. It's pretty fucking tasty.
Mm.
I'm saving some for you too, Eagle. I thought you said you had that cut, but I do recall now that you did turn that up. You said you seen him at the event. This one's supposedly the Josie Wales cut, and I just want that kind of confirmed. Somebody who knows can confirm something.
Yo,
Yo.
was that you who had a new camera? New phone? No, was it Jack? Maybe it was.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, it wasn't you.
Mine's so old. I gotta get a new camera.
Someone else took a picture of a GG4 and then zoomed in on it and said it did look pretty good.
Yeah, it's a legend for a reason, man. I noticed there's a lot of people breeding with it again. It seems like. I don't know if that was from Josie's passing or what, but cool to see. There's a lot of fucking fire. It's fire.
I seen a couple big chunks, man. Somebody grew that shit. That one wasn't the one that, like, the cookies is the one that's famously low on yield, right? The real one.
Yeah, it's sorry, I was reading chat, but Jack's Greenstock said that it was Spartan grown that took the picture.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yep, that is right. He's right. But yeah,
I forgot what you said.
I was saying the cookie strain was the one that was famous for not yielding a lot, right? Like the real deal first one.
Yeah, I think so. I've
Not
had
the Gorilla Glue.
crosses that didn't, but the Gorilla Glue is notorious for having real floppy stems and golf ball knobs. And that's pretty much what mine is. And I got it from a friend who supposedly paid $700 or something for it back in the day. So he had it for a number of years before. I actually got a lot of old strains, dude. A lot of old. I got a Ghost OG cut from somebody. I got Skywalker OG cut. That's a really old cut from a friend, like a 20-year-old cut. And then I got Gorilla Glue 4, which is supposed to be the original one too. There, so
Really old cut is 40 years old, man.
all right, man. Whatever.
You got that NL1?
No,
that's what we need. We need that
seeds
straight NL1.
I got seeds I can't get to pop, and I did try fulvic acid on that.
I tried a whole bunch of new shit. That didn't work either.
I haven't dared try my nutcracker yet.
I tried that too.
Dude, I was popping enough seeds, and I'm just like, I can't get it right. There's a touch to it, definitely.
I have a homemade one that was pretty short threaded, so tight threaded.
This shit's so greasy.
Oh, so I got the new Northeast Leaf magazine. If you guys, it's like the new Danny Danko offering. Issue 1. Yeah, I cracked all the balls to all my devices. I had to go to the head shop.
What? Oh, that's the book.
Yeah.
Nice. It looks cross stitching. I was like, what is that?
Should probably turn on the other light. But yeah, it's more. It's just like High Times, mostly commercials.
Money makes the world go
Oh,
round.
but let's go. Here's the middle one.
That's nice, Ganja, for Girly. What'd you get from him? How'd you get his slab? Did he go out a minute out by you?
Dude, Eagles 24-hour special. The fucking greatest day of my life. The only time I ever won anything on this other than the same week. I had a lucky I should have fucking played the lottery that week because I won Ross and Jeff. I won a pack of seeds off him too.
Huh. Sorry, Tal's got his magazine porn.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's GMO cookies. I'm just showing you the centerfold.
The porn mag centerfold. Look at that shit. I gotta pin that one. Hold on. Boom. 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 There you go, chat. Pin that sexy bitch.
Grown by Melting Pot Farm.
Nice and slow. Do it slower. Do it slower. There you go.
GMO cookies.
Gotta love that shit. Nug porn. Wish you were holding that one though.
Yeah, I wish I could pack it right in my. Here's the new.
Too bad it was in your commercial magazine.
Yeah.
It's alright. I'm pretty blazed. Tired, man. I was running my ass off today. Fuck. Up early, hanging out with the grandson, chase him around. Which is the best part of the day. That was fucking riot, but it weird me out, man. He's getting quick now. He don't sit still, that's for sure.
Is he under 2?
Oh yeah, he's 8 months pretty much. So like, yeah. I guess no, he is not pretty much. He is 8 months to 12. Fuck.
Is he almost walking?
18th. I'm like a week past. Yeah, he's he shows off. He'll stand up on his own, and yeah, he'll hold on to shit and let go and be like, "What?" You know, like, "Look at what." So it ain't gonna be long, but he's fucking pretty quick at crawling, dude.
Dude, get him on a bike right away, dude. Right after that, get him on one of those Strider bikes, and I swear to God, my kids were like, I mean, they were riding confidently before they were 3.
Throw him in the water.
Yeah, that too. Dude, get all that shit out.
Dude.
Learn a language. First 3 years, best time. Mine
There
was
you go.
amazing.
Boom.
Yeah, it is too. I totally know that shit. That's why I enjoy having the time I spend with him. It's definitely an input I can put into his life, and I see it that way too. You know what I mean? It's kind of.
They say
That's
like,
huge
yeah,
because a lot of people just don't have that grandparents influence. Just, parents are so exhausted from fucking raising their fucking kids that
yeah.
they really need that help. It's not an easy job, especially these days. Daycare is more than fucking rent is. That's for damn sure. If you want somebody you can trust your kids with,
Yeah, no, I honestly, man, my daughter blows me away. She's just such a great mom. She's super patient. I've never seen her really like upset with him. She has this cool little way, like if he's screaming his head off, that she kind of just laughs it off, and it's really cool to see. I've seen her mature really huge, and I'm really proud of her, man. He's super healthy, super happy. That kid is always fucking happy. And then supposedly he screams, but he's teething too. So whatever, you know what I mean.
and the bottom line is we all fuck up. So don't expect to get it 100%. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
speak
people
for
make
yourself,
bad fucking
buddy.
calls.
Dude, he waves now like
No.
You go high and he fucking looks back now and shit. It's funny. He'll copy me too. If I laugh, I'll like laugh at him and he laughs back at me. Like, ha ha. He's like, ha ha. It's funny.
That is basically an unscarred soul. We all come from birth without a scar on our body, and it's only through lives, troubles, and just even yells and screams and fights that they witness at an early age can scar them. And all those little scars add up to the human we are today. And the more scars you have up, the more, it's fucked up. That's why I love children. Like, children just really brought, when I had my kids, I fucking quit everything. I was like, fucking done.
Yeah, man. There's no prejudice. There's no nothing. He's like not fearless. He fucking just goes trucking right off a step because he's like, doesn't
And as
know
long
it.
as there's somebody there to encourage him, he will be a fucking amazing man, But it's tough, last couple generations, men have been out of the home. Like Aaron was saying earlier, that he's so fortunate to have spend so much time with his kid and not work 40 hours a week commuting to work. He can work and make a life at home and be a parent. That's huge. Like your daughter, is she home alone a lot? He's got to work. It's so hard on, without both. It's just,
Yeah. No, and
it's
I
not as easy. It
wanna-
used to be people making money. People used to have pensions, and people used to have retirement was part of life. And today, there's no companies offer that shit. Like, unless you work for some federal job.
yeah. No, I was gonna say something Aldridge in chat. Yeah, scarred people are the best, but wounded people are not necessarily. So scarred means
Become a congressman for a year or whatever. 4 years you got to do, 2 years. You're set for life after that.
fuck. They're all career politicians. That's the fucking problem with the whole damn vote and all that.
I'm changing my career, man. Enough of this.
They're all filthy rich too. It's like not
That's
even,
it.
none of them need the money other than fucking Ortez. There's like 10,
Yeah,
Power, dude. It's
10 people in all of Congress that make
All the-
under $100,000 a year,
the
other
newest
than their
ones.
Senate. Yeah.
But then they get all
Oh,
the
that's
insider
true.
trading. They get all the insider trading that they want to do. So that's where they make all their money.
And
That
get
was
away with. Martha
me.
Stewart
Yeah.
gets put in jail, but none of them
Yep.
got put in jail this past year. They all were insider trading.
That was probably the best thing for Martha. She got some street cred. She's hanging out with Snoop now, making money.
She get a jail tat? Did she get a prison
Dude,
tat?
she has a
She's
CBD.
got a-
She has a CBD line now.
Her makeup covers up the tear underneath her eye. Smiley. She off someone in there.
Fucking tat.
She's only got one.
Bring it, Martha, bitch.
Her and Wayne Brady gonna start their own gang. Did you ever see that Wayne Brady clip on Dave Chappelle's show, dudes?
No.
Oh, dude. I'm Wayne Brady, bitch.
Oh. Seems to ring a bell, man. I don't know. I'm Wayne Brady.
Oh, by the way, I heard this incredible tale today on how. Yes. So if this will come out eventually, if it's true, someone's claiming that they have found papers and documents and has the proof that the Knights of the Templar brought their fortunes from the Middle East and shit, brought it to America, and Oak Island was a head fake. It was buried in all different places, but the real kick of the tale is that they passed it down generation to generation and kept the family lines intact. And at the time of the American Revolution, they dug up all the treasures, and that's what funded the American Revolution and how we became a country. So that's pretty crazy. But if the guy's not bullshitting, it should eventually come out.
That's the whole gig of the reason the wars are even a big deal is it's all funded by the banks, and it's all either way they win, right? They can fund the enemy and they can fund the so-called heroes of the tale, and they make
Oh, yeah.
either way. And the bigger the war gets, You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Cold War thing and all that shit was us just borrowing money from the Federal Reserve and the fucking Russians borrowing money from the bank of whatever in Russia. Either way, it was just it was just accumulating debt. That's I don't know. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's like it's just accumulating debt, all of it. And the money changers win every time. It's like they're the fucking house, right? In the casino.
Yeah, the
People
Rothschilds,
fucking
above the
dice,
Rothschilds.
right? Like, oh, it's 7 again, fucker.
Dude, that's part of the plot of a Clint Eastwood movie where he's playing
And
both sides.
it's fucked up, and people are really ignorant to think that there is not that the government even fucking runs the country. That's what we're ignorant to think. You know, I don't know, because they don't. Not to,
Right.
you know.
As long as we make good weed, we'll all be all right. No worries.
Yeah, and that's what. But to me, man, it's like none of them are any good, man. Like even the ones you think are good are none of them are any good. They're all fucking
Lying pieces of garbage.
yeah. It's like a weird fucking I don't even know. It's this weird fucking power grab thing, and then but I don't know, man. It's like there's this big facade that the government is out for us. You know what I mean? That's what I think is fucked up. So.
All right, well, I'm freaking yawning over here. I'm gonna drop out.
Yeah, me too, man. It's already almost 5. I don't know where he's going. He flew the nest.
Holy shit.
He's just
Dude,
behind the camera.
training him right now, dude. Watch the fuck out, man.
You see the bag? You see the bag moving? He was just beating up the bag.
I'm gonna make that cross.
Letting some steam out.
American one, why do you have to be so fucking spot on, motherfucker? I love you though.
I love
Thank
you
you
too,
for the
bro.
cards, by the way. I've been wanting to look at these and read them on the air, but I haven't took a picture of them yet. But
Open
I
them
didn't
up,
want to
yeah.
fucking pull. I didn't want
Good.
to fucking be all pull on Canna Queen, fucking reading them out. But these fuckers are cool. I tend to read them
They
on the
are
air
cool,
though.
dude. They're awesome. The one kid I sent them to, it's like, I don't want to open them up. They're like from whenever. I'm like, open them up, dude. I'll send you packs you can leave shut. Cause yeah, they're cool, right? The freaking, I like them. Cause yeah, I was a baseball card kid.
Yeah, these are badass. They should be more available. I like the stories.
I know. I wish the story went with the picture on the front though, because that would be better. Like explaining some of them strains would be cool.
You know, I looked at that. I read a couple of stories too. It's funny you say that because there's a couple of stories I've read on there. Then flipped the card over and was like,
like what the fuck? It is. That's the first thing I dislike. But all right, I'm out. Eagle, it's always good visiting. Smiley, Ganja Grower, peace out. You guys, always good to hang.
Yeah, man, you too.
always good to have you.
And yeah, we'll figure.
Thanks, Tom.
Smiley, when are you doing that takeover with the organic sesh again? What
the
date?
The 30th, I believe. The last Wednesday of every month.
That's good because that'll remind me that October 1st is the full moon, I believe. I gotta clean my crystals for the next. I'm gonna clean all the ones I have laying around. I'm gonna repurpose them for my growing to obtain a better growing potential.
Huh.
All right, I'm out. Peace.
The witches said he overwitched him, so whatever. I don't know what he did, but
Did you get to see that yesterday? Madam T sent over a few things to say, they say thank you for being on the show and shit. She sent me this badass rose quartz for the garden.
Nice.
And a couple of candles, some couple of badass candles she made.
Well, to
This,
grow
Mischief, Mischief Midnight, and Mystic Woods. Both of them are badass. I think these are some of the ones she showed on her fucking page there.
Oh, yeah,
But pretty badass.
that's cool.
Greatly appreciated it. One other fucking thing she sent I thought was like really cool. Really cool. Um, and it kind of made me feel really good. All in itself. It really touched me because this in particular one did, I thought the rock was really cool, and oddly enough I felt like a weird, not a weird but a really good energy come off the rock. I could like really feel, I don't know, as corny as that may sound, but this right here I thought was very cool and very heartfelt, and I was like, that's pretty badass. This one hit me the best because if you watch the show and you've listened, the key is you've listened, all right, and obviously care, obviously care. Um, you probably have picked up a little bit that I have probably struggling with some diabetes, and I fucking should be taking care of that shit. And when I eat, man, that shit's like a fucking. It is. It's like a fucking punch in the face. Takes me right out. But what this is some board rock board rock root tincture. I probably said that wrong, but I'll show it just in case I did. And when I looked this up today, what this was for to help aid with diabetes and to help clean the blood. So very heartfelt thank you for that one. There's been a few guys that have, Major General is another one. He's caught me, gave me shit about, things I've ate or drank in chat. You need to put them fucking, fucking Coca Colas down. Quit drinking that shit and shit like that. And, you know, that shit I never take lightly, man. If somebody's, nice enough to, hey, motherfucker, take care of yourself, man. Give a shit. I usually take that shit to pretty close to home. So thank you, Madam T. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. That's really cool. Thanks for the idea of getting I'm gonna have a slap finally. Thanks to Madam T. I don't get to pick up
Yeah.
that cool shit.
Have you seen that stone that she's offering up for that too?
Yeah, it's badass, dude. It's well worth some time drawing a picture for sure. Even if it don't get picked, fuck it. It's worth a try for it.
Right on. That thing's
I think some
badass.
people see some of the cool shit that I Gruesome did or some of the other people, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna try," but I don't know. I think they're all cool. I've seen all of them.
Chicha B's holding out on some last minute entries.
I haven't seen all the entries. Like I've only seen probably close to a half dozen maybe. I don't know, around 6 of them, something like that. So but they're all
I
cool.
can't wait.
Yeah. So I gotta get to bed, man. Peace out, Ganja Grower, Eagle, Chat.
Nice, Smiley.
Enjoy your Friday, guys.
Peace. Thank you, Eagle. Thank you very much, guys. Great night.
Thank you, Smiley. Thank you, Ganja. I appreciate you popping in. Very much so. Very, very much so. Oh, well, that wraps up another episode with another awkward ending. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Well, time for the shout outs. I was going to be a little pissy bitch and just fucking head off, but that isn't right for anybody or everybody. So, and I like to think I'm man enough to admit when I'm being a butthead and when I'm not. And I can be once in a while. It's been a shit ass day for one. I'm fucking fighting these fucking flags again. I don't like to bitch about that, but fucking 4 flags again this week. Some asshole trying to take out the show all in itself. I don't know. Trying my best to stay positive about keeping it on the show, but sometimes it's just hard. So I'm sorry that you guys actually had to see that on the air tonight. Actually, I meant to fucking hit the mute, but some shit happens. I'm sorry. But try to go out on a halfway decent ending. Tuck and roll. Eesh. That's all I can say to this. Can't even think of nothing that's even gonna swing it up for my mood right now. I'll play this one. That's gonna be copywritten, but at least makes me fucking see smiley shit. The song for real. Sometime when I just listen to it with my eyes closed, see oranges and yellows, bright sunny morning. Shadow Warrior, Valley Green Screen 514, Mila Jensen, Oz Indica, hello, MJ Coco, Brandon Ross, Matthew Gates, D's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Wiggly, Blake, Prude Homie, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro Bros, Collectimus Coot was in the house. Copperhead Road, that's a toughie. Wow. YouTube tried to kill me with Copperhead Road last summer. Boca King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pilots, Matt Steelbread, Endo 11 and the Breeders Collective, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley 989, Von Burley, Von Bruns, Sovereign Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Bugs 1, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Fuel House Farms, Jay Myers, Jamid, The Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag Seeds, Dr. DGC, Jeff, Shutter 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag, Abolish Farms, Mrs. C, Skillbo 1, Medgrower 1, Empire Breeding Co., Vergroli, Lost Leaf, Pedro, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, Breeder Steve, B Bear 7, Allie Noble, CK, Tom Trim and Jab, Dog 16, Jamid, Looney Jester, Smoking in a Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lassie, White Feather Grows, Rafter Grows will be here tonight. Hopefully, please, Rafter, show up tonight. My bad. I'd greatly appreciate hanging out with you tonight. Looking forward to it greatly. Rafter Grows will be here tonight. I lost my place on the list. It is a soothing tune, though. Ah, right there. Automation is Freedom, Rob and Robert Hazelton, Dory, Michigan Quarry, Double Tap, Bob Groves, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808, Rooting Prospects. Thank you for your episode yesterday. The Canada Bus Driver, Hating Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T-Ben, TM 42696, Rude Nuts 619, Doctor Scrambles, VB Moonrocks, GHF JJ, Self Grower, Stealth Grower 56, Bio Greens, Hanky Stanky 420, OG, KP, Georgia Joe, Nana Yo Mama, Roy Rodriguez, Jim Segal, Nature's Best Nugs, GR420 Community Videos, The Lone Star, Bee Growing, Killer Bee Grows, Roy Rodriguez, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Ooh, Soil Life 420, Bully Life, Jeff Jeff Rowe 42069, Dr. Franklin Booty, Beavis 698, Damn I'm Baked, The Rifting Fat Boy, Ted Nugent's Test, Jack Greenstock 420, Boom Farm, Smiley's Gardens, Charlie's Farm 420, that is Farmer Willie to you and me, Aldrich 25, JD's, Misty's Nug, Smoking Grove Fraser, Grokoski, Twisted Roots, and the Ganja Michigan Ganja Misfits. Sorry, guys. Goliath Grower. Catch out Twisted for Weed Church on Sundays. Frequency Fridays. Do you even grow, bro? Great dude. Great community over there. Faded Farmer 420. Jeff Jarowski. Genetic Memory Farms. Evolve 420. Cameron Bagseed. Jill Carter. Mystic Marks. Ginger Snaps, I Kill, DT, DW, E, Groze, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420. Can't go there. UKSI 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical MJ. Excuse me, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Terror Wilson, Dankman Dan, Dankman 420, Red Setter Farms, Good Life, Bill Sid, Joni Bill, Chicha B, Most Hated Grower, The Major General 420, The American One, W Digger 714, Sharate, Kenny O's Genetics, Mountain Skies, Ready to Hit That High Fire, Chris Mertz, Even, Dirt Road Dude, Canna Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, the Canna Canuck, Canna Queen Genetics. Thank you, Canna Queen, for them trays and everything you do for the community. Awesome gal right there as well. Stabby, Tanazi, Fumador, Dankman Dan, Keith the Black Sail, Spiky Pilot, Majestic Marks, Majestic Grower, Soiled Roots, Small Tubes, Tyler Teasley, Nor Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar Groves, JC John, Modern Genetics, Last PPJ 15, SoCal Weed Nerd, Lexi, Brittany, and Courtney. Them are my baby girls. I love them more than anything in this whole world. Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Dank Grower, DOA Grow Meds. Sorry for that, DOA, but I don't know what to say. Talk to me off air about that shit. This Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Caniseed, Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nikki, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, Saint Observation Boost, I Spy, Aldridge 25, Madam T, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, The Cannon Crate, Loki Grows, Cess, This Guy 7979 Burton, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Wolverine Grown, Big Jar Grows, Wayback Farmer, Jimmy One Life, D Block, MMP Nations Creations, Witchy Weekends, that is Amber Lalana and Amber and her and the girls, that is Amber, Chicha, Madam T, Hippie Faye, Little Witch Tilly, Lily Luna, the Stone Daddy Jacob, and probably a few more that I'm great people I'm missing. Check them out 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock ish for the after party. The Psychedelic Warlock, thank you, my friend, for helping out around the show. Artist LD, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Dave 420, Brent Window, Big Ed, Manawati, G3, J&K Triple G, Mr. Sprinkler, Brittany Teasley, Hope Farms, Alan Hope, looking forward to talking with you. I believe it is this Sunday. Lisa G, John, Be Too Crazy For You, BGWG 420, Dr. Budsville, Purple Thumb OG, Dr. I'm sorry, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb OG. Thank you again, Faded Farmer 420, for sending me these oils too, man. They're pretty badass. Fucking can't believe the great heart in this community when it comes to shit like that. Intro Sensimilia, Dr. Nobody, Miss D's Nugs. Sorry, Miss D's Nugs, I fucked that up. Just a Face 420, Beast Coast Grower 420, Sir How, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Haggerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Danderton 1620, Audit Everywhere, BT Double D Grows, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boykachev, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Reels 100, 212, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farm, Haggerton 420, Page Farms, Meat All Flour, Ryan Henderson, Light 1978, G13, Noon Sailbot Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane's Med Garden, Streamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs, from 619 to 664, Spaniard Kruger, Jones into Grow, Papa G Grows, Laz Amy, Dro Grows, Sess, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, Jones into Grow, I believe, twice, Smith Dude, LG420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Eistead, P Win, Dave Colby, Wheatus 207. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Been a long day. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys tonight. With, of course, Raptor Grows. If I could probably forget that one more time, I'd be a dumbass. Thanks again. Appreciate that, Sir Hal. Well, do something nice today for somebody. Today kind of struck out a little bit on the niceness part. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I don't know. This is what I'm. Ugh. So hard to say goodbye after being fucking an ass. I'm just gonna end it with good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, a better attitude. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. I'll be back tonight with Rafter Grows if he still wants to hang out with me after being an ass. Take care. Be prosperous. Get some rest. Good morning. Good night. Have an amazing start to a great weekend. Peace.